Niajewase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Tumaki too.
Dear Kenyans, my name is Wafula Chebukati, Chairman IEBC. Today, the 17th of January 2022 marks the beginning of the second and final phase of the enhanced continuous voter registration exercise in preparation for the 9th of August 2022 general elections. The registration will run for the next 21 days and close on the 6th of February 2022 in all the 1,450 county assembly wards across the country, institutions of higher learning, and Huduma centers countrywide. Dear Kenyans, we have an opportunity to register as voters, transfer registration, and change particulars of registration. I wish to appeal to Kenyans who are of the age of 18 years and have national identity cards to turn up in large numbers and take this opportunity to register. IBC na kutambua kiandikishe leo.
Yes, hello everyone. We are back here with you with all our guests ready to get started. I hope you can hear me well. Back here, the last day, the last day is here with us. And if you're listening to us, share. Agnes, welcome. Henry, welcome. Share in your platform. You're already on live on Facebook as well as YouTube. We encourage everybody out there who's joining, share, because it's all about the last day. The last day is here to encourage you to come out and register to vote. Yes, you're wondering what Joy talking about today. Today we are talking again about registration for the Kenyans, especially you guys in Europe and in Germany, my dear brothers and sisters. But before we go far, we're going to introduce ourselves and then go ahead and really talk about how was the journey, how has it been for you? Both of you have registered. How was it going to Berlin, all the way from Stuttgart and all the way, and why should our people go for registration? So for the first, I'm Joy. I'm the founder of African Women in Europe, and I'm glad to be here with all of you and excited that we have come to the last day of registration. We've been doing this for a long time. So Henry, introduce yourself and tell us who you are.
Hello, everyone. My name is Henry Osewe, and I'm the president of Young Kenyans in Europe. Karibuni sana. I look forward to a very interactive session. And yeah, twende tujiandikishe tuwe wapiga kura. Back to you, Joy.
I like that. You didn't even tell them. You have the group of TIG, the youth. How are the youth doing on this?
The youths are doing pretty well. Majority have gone to register. Some are going tomorrow, and we look forward to a huge turnout tomorrow. Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's the whole spirit here. Hi, Agnes. How are you doing in Stuttgart?
Hi. I'm fine. I hope you're fine too.
Yes, I'm fine. We all decided let's do this there one more time. Energy, and then yeah, we've done it really well. So introduce yourself, Agnes.
Yeah, my name is Agnes Kimati Fröhlich, and I'm living near Stuttgart. Actually, not in Stuttgart town, but a bit outside. But I'm a very, very, very convinced Kenyan. That's why I'm jumping from here and there and telling people, you guys, you have to use your right. You have to go to Berlin and register, because if you want to influence what's happening back home, you have to influence what's happening now with the registration. And we have to put a bit more effort. Tomorrow is the last day, so I'm glad to be part of this.
Tomorrow, you said it there is the last day. Tomorrow is fourth. We started this journey a long time, right? It feels like a long time, but it's really pretty short. When did we start this? Henry, can you remember the journey? When was the first time you heard about IEBC anyway, that they were coming? Let's start from there.
Not long ago. I think maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago. Not very long ago. And the team has been doing a great job here, reaching out to as many Kenyans as possible. And I believe that at least the information is all over across Europe. So it's upon Kenyans to take a step now to go and make a choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
I know. Agnes, when did you hear about the IBC anyway and all this voting? Tell me, can you remember?
The IEBC, actually, I have been following the news a bit. As you know, I'm a bit politically so inclined. I'm always having one ear here and one ear here. So I heard about it, but I really had no thought about us being involved. I mean, I felt we are so far, it will not be. And then you came to my show, Aggie's Live Talk Show. I had invited you, and then you hinted on that thing, and I was caught on fire. I was so excited. I think I couldn't even stop thinking about it when I went home. I was so excited, and I'm excited that we have this chance. It's not long ago. When was it? Maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago? It's not long ago.
It
Yeah.
was probably around by the time you guys got to know, and that's why I like the beauty of Germany. We decided to share with so many other people.
Yeah.
But the whole idea, it was around November, December, it started there. November, December. So, but the whole journey started somewhere in August, because there was a discussion to put the diaspora into the scope. But they didn't have like a good idea. So there was a big discussion with the US and other countries. And from there, we said, you know what, let's push this forward. And I remember there was discussion. Germany was not even in the picture at that time. You were not in the line of the listed. And I remember being in this meeting saying, you know, we need to have one country in Europe. We can't all go to UK. UK Brexit is already like not part of the EU. Not even if you want to go there, it's visas. And there's no way you can just, if the Kenyan passport, most of the people will need to get a visa. And that's another story of another day. So anyway, it was really nice. They took up the action and put Germany on the spot, and you know very well, Germany, as we hear, the numbers are quite huge, right? And it's a way of also motivating people. And I have to say thank you, all of you who came in very quickly, because the time to put this together was so short. And it was like, you know, even sometimes you feel, is this thing really going to happen? I don't know about you guys. Sometimes I'm sure. How was the feeling throughout the journey? Because it was not clear. Sometimes 17, sometimes it was supposed to early. How was it for you, Agnes?
Wow. I mean, with all the excitement, I saw the hurdles as well. I mean, it was a bit shocking that we don't have so many possibilities. I mean, there's the distance, there's the money involved, there's how do you get all the Kenyans around Europe? I mean, alone the communication. Not all Kenyans are on social media, and not all Kenyans, you have their contacts. So I was a bit overwhelmed, and I would have loved that every Kenyan is informed. So at the beginning, I was like, oh my goodness, how do we do that? And I'm so impressed by the groups that have come together and somehow mobilized quite a number of people, despite all these hurdles. I'm actually very, very proud of us Kenyans. I'm very proud of everybody who's been part of this.
I like that, how you look at it, because there was no strategy how to do this. And how do we get all of, so everybody had to rely with their networks. So my network, I managed to pull the few I know, and their network build the other network, and we are very focused looking for organizations. So this was very, very important for us, right? Because organizations have so many Kenyans. How was it for you, Henry?
Oh, just like Agnes said, the timelines were pretty short and strict. And of course, it called upon everyone to participate. We used our networks. I personally used my network to reach out to young people across Europe, and also other Kenyans who also, of course, the elderly and the wakubwa. And I believe that the information went out there. And yes, so far there's been a bit of positive response, though a bit of challenges here and there, but those are part of life. Maybe next time we do better. And the time was very short, but at least we've done something as per what we had. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I believe you, because at the end of the day, is the I think the people, the whole idea, Kenyans and politics, it's just like money don't come first. Politics first,
Mhm.
then money.
Yeah.
And so it's almost for me, I think I've been detached a lot of politics. So I'm not sure how people are gonna react to this, but I found them already ready. Like, what? It's here. We've been
Mhm.
waiting for it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. And like, it was so easy to get it started. You can imagine if you got so many people like me who
Mhm.
you need the education first to understand what it is about. And,
Yeah.
and that's the good thing of us, Kenya. I don't know about you guys. What do you think Kenyans are very informed in Europe and in here, especially in Germany, about what's happening on the ground? Maybe I go to you, Agnes.
Well, if what's happening, I don't know. It depends on how interested you are in politics. Because I have a feeling that those people who arrived here and Kenya is like out of their, out of sight, out of mind.
Out of
And there
mind,
are those Kenyans who, and those ones will not know what's happening. They may not even know that there is registration or whatever, because it's not something that they're interested in. But there are those Kenyans who want to know what's happening back home. They will know. They are the first ones to know when this is happening. So, and those are the ones who are the catalysts, to spread the news, to try to motivate the people, to mobilize the people. So there's always these two groups. I think despite of where we are as Kenyans, there is always these two groups, the group that is so involved and so interested in what's happening, and the group that is, I'm here and what's happening there is none of my business. I
It's,
think so. Yeah.
I agree with you. Henry, what do you think?
Um, it's very true that there are those Kenyans who are detached from what's happening back home. Personally, I follow everything happening from political side to economic side to everything else, so that I be informed. Because at the end of the day, I'm a Kenyan,
Mm-hmm.
and it's important for me to get to know what's happening at what point. So I do follow up with the political news, and of course, I also ensure that my team is also informed of what's happening. So issues to do with election, we started discussing them last year, though our platform is not political, but it's important for us to pass the information, in regards to registration and participation in election in general. So we ensure that our members at least got the information. And I believe that through that, they have been able to follow up on what's happening back home. And they also developed an interest. And now most of them are going out, registering to ensure that they vote, they participate in the election, the next coming, in the coming August. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you said it all. So the way I look at it, we need to get organized, right? Because
Yeah.
we did very well in that short time, but thanks God we had some organization existing. But we need to be more organized in a way that if an information come, if it's an umbrella, especially in Germany, we don't have that. Like it comes and goes. You had also in Scandinavia, they had like a whole 5 countries together, yeah, and they have a umbrella. You have France, they have their own umbrella. So the information spreading out to them was very fast. Germany, we lacked that umbrella, and maybe it is something. What do you think about that? Because information is very important. This is the first time you're having IBC. Next time will be something else. What do you think about that? I'll throw it to Agnes.
Oh, to me. Okay, I thought this time you're doing it the other way around. Anyway,
Anyone can
yeah.
answer.
Now the thing is, an umbrella organization is very important, because then the information flow would be maybe much easier, because then they would be in touch with all the other sub-organizations or the other organizations around Europe generally. I think it's a good idea, and I think we should look into that and try to have that, like the group now, which is together, which we put together. It's been very effective, because as a bigger group, we can then disseminate the information to the other groups that we cannot reach otherwise. So I think there is need of that in Germany, no matter how we have been divided until now, no matter how we have been working and functioning until now. I think it's a high time we organize ourselves. As organization, we need an umbrella organization that can keep us informed. We need to have, I would call it the umbilical cord. We need it back home, so that we are always nourished with whatever is going on, and then we can be active as well in case the chance comes. Then we can be easily. It can be easier for us to organize ourselves, even to be interacting with our country on a regular basis, not sporadically when bigger things are happening like now, and we need it for sure.
Yeah.
I can see your fans are all here. Radio RFM will be in Berlin from 11 a.m. Bring you one on one. Wow. So I can see that you're going to be telling us that. Meantime, share with your people so that they know what's happening, because there's a lot of mobilization. Tomorrow, I think there's a lot of people coming. As Kenyans are always last minute. But on the same topic to you, because you're the young generation right now in Berlin. What do you think? Do you need an umbrella in Germany to be able to spread it? At least you've managed to put the I think, but yours is more Europe as well. But do you think Germany needs to have this as well, an umbrella organization?
Joy, definitely. That's a definite thing, yeah. For instance, I realized that the group that we are in right now, the moment the information comes out from there, it's easier for us to send it down to our particular groups, you know.
Yeah.
So I think an umbrella would be very important for us to ensure that at least there's a representative from every organization. That will ensure that any information passing from Kenya or whichever area is easily sent to every organization, so that every Kenyan is informed, you know. And like you've said, it's important for us to have that close interaction with the IBC and other Kenyan organizations, a frequent one, so that Kenyans feel they are part of government as well, you know. People, most of the time they feel that they're not part of the government and all that stuff. So I believe that through that will be enhanced, and Kenyans will develop the interest and start actively participating in most of the things going on.
Yeah. And if you're listening us there, share, reach out to more people, one person, second person. We've reached so many people at the end of the day, and a lot of voters education we managed to put through also on YouTube, on Zooms. And now we are getting into to the wine. Today is the last one. Tomorrow, as we said, is the last day to register. If you're hearing this for the first time, please, and you're in Berlin or you're in the close by, you can go to Berlin. This is the last call. I don't think we're going to get this chance again, because you have to register to vote. But before you register, you need to go. And this is something I found it quite interesting. People came from very far to come and register with 15 days. We had a weekend before Kenya Diaspora United of Organization in Europe managed to put like mandazis and to motivate you guys. And some of you actually with the youth from TAIC, they are coming to register. We have managed to put some funds so that they can get transport to be able to go there. I think they're going to be reaching by 5 the way I'm seeing where they're going. They've managed to go there. At least there's something that somebody has to do something. But what you can do on your side, even if you cannot register, you can share information. And you have to be very, very clear. What do you need? What do you need when you're going to maybe you can, you people, I'm going to be asking one of you, but how you went there, the process, so that they can understand. Each of one of you went differently. Tell us, how was your journey? Let's start with Henry.
Oh, Joy, personally, I went last week. I also attended the meeting with the IBC officials over there in Berlin. And it was a very easy and direct process, whereby you just get to the embassy. It doesn't even take a minute, maybe less than 10. Okay, and you are done. Just verifying your documents. If you are registering for the first time, just updating your updating your details. If you are transferring, it's also easy. Like for instance, I was a registered voter in Kenya back then, so I had to transfer my details to Germany. You know, it was a very easy process and very fast. Less than 10 minutes, I was done. And just like that, now I'm a registered voter, and I can confirm to you that I will be going back to vote this year in August. And I encourage each and every one of you, please, it won't take much of your time. It's very easy. For me, no one financed my transport. I went by myself. I paid for myself because I'm a patriotic Kenyan. And I believe that we are all patriots here. It's us to take up the responsibility, go register, participate in the election, because that's our voice, you know. Yes.
Exactly. And I like the way you say that's our voice. We have to out there and give the information to our people exactly what is the most important information. What do they need to know that they can? But anyway, those ones who are listening, you have to be over 18. You have to be over 18. Yes, we noticed you disappear, but you're back. Welcome. And I'm encouraging everybody to share. Let's reach one more person who didn't know to know this on your platform. Share as much as possible. I'm also doing the same as we are speaking. But people need to understand what they need to be. They need to be have a valid Kenyan passport, be over 18, definitely. And we also need to have you can't hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So like there's something wrong with my audio. Yeah. And you also need to have a valid passport and or ID. How was that? That was really last minute situation that came in, and we were all like, you were only allowed to have a valid passport. How did you think about this in terms of having an ID? Because ID was something that most of people have, but I know in Germany you have to be very careful you have the ID, because if you are not in Germany, you're only allowed one citizenship. So, but some people do have a Kenyan and their passport were maybe not renewed, or still there were issues in between. That time you can go to the ID, and it made a difference. What do you think, Agnes? Before we go to telling us about how you did your registration.
Okay, for me, it was not an issue because I'm still Kenyan despite my 23 years in Germany. I never gave up anything, and I feel deeply about my country. But it was a relief also to hear that people can register using their IDs, because for some it was more comfortable to do it with the ID. So I think it would have done us good to know that before. The fact that it was not from the beginning like that was really a disadvantage. But now I think the last 3 days, since 3 days, we know, since 1st of February, we know that we can use IDs, and we've tried to share the information, and we have seen an increase, of course, of people who are registering. So it's really a blessing, and I hope there will be no complications at all concerning that, because those are decisions that are being made ad hoc and then also implemented ad hoc, and we hope the results will not be chaotic, So I think it was a very big step, and a good way that they even were flexible enough to consider that, although I had to go through court to be accepted, of course. So I think it's a good thing, and I hope tomorrow many more will find their IDs wherever they're hiding and come and register.
Definitely. If you are listening to us, share. Let us know where you're listening us from, or if this is the first time you're hearing us, let us know as well. And Agnes and Henry also share on your side as we continue. So it's so important, as you say, the ID now have been valid. Let's talk about the registration, because people are going to register right now. So you went all the way from Stuttgart and took a train. Mm-hmm. Tell us, how was the journey and how was the reception at the embassy?
My journey, I like traveling. I'm like a bug, jumping here and there. So for me, the 5.5 hours were not a problem at all. And I was doing it for my country. I was doing it not because anybody expects me to, but because I love to do it, because I love that country and I feel deeply about my country. And so I did not wait. The little money I had saved, I used it to go there, and I didn't feel like I was losing because I'm investing in my country. So the journey was fine with the ICE. The train goes, you feel like you're in the plane, you don't even hear any sound. So I really had fun going. And the people there at the embassy, the IEBC team, wonderful, very efficient, very friendly. And if you didn't know anything, they guided, they listened. Really amazing. I mean, it's not the service you get in every office or with other officers, but they are really doing their job very well and very friendly and very effectively. So I would recommend, just go if you have the chance, because it's not everywhere you go to the embassy and you have such a warm and cordial welcoming. It was like going home. I mean, being home away from home. I met so many Kenyans. It's like we know each other for so many years. We didn't know each other at all, but it felt like coming home. So it was, for me, a very nice experience, actually, despite the long distance. Yeah.
I can imagine. I can imagine. And the people have also, it was on a Saturday, very relaxed day. They even had dinner at some point because they had to do a voters education. That was also my fine. Did you go to the, you went, Henry, during the week, right?
I went. I did not go for the dinner. I missed it. I would have gone, but I was really tired, I must say. I think it's on my old
Yeah.
bones, but I didn't go.
Yeah, I know.
I,
When he
I
went
didn't
down,
go, but
he
I
went
heard
down
for
your
those who
bed.
went, it was very nice. Yes.
Yeah. And Henry, you did it during the week, right?
Yes, I was actually there for the dinner as well.
How are you? Okay. That's
Yeah,
really nice.
I live in Cologne. I don't live in Berlin, so I had a flight actually to
Flight.
Berlin.
Okay.
Yeah, then
That's
I was going for work as well, so I had to combine the two things at the same time. And the process was easy. The staff were amazing, and there's a time I also met one Kenyan who went at the embassy. She had an issue with the passport, and she was not aware that people are registering to vote. Then I just spoke with her at the gate. I'm like, okay, do you know that we're registering to vote here? Like, she said no. They're like, okay, let's go then. You can do that right here. I'm gonna come back and no, let's go now. Then she went and she was registered. Now she's gonna be a voter.
That's really nice. So the information is still not getting there, but we still need to do a lot of work because at the embassy. And I have to be excited because of the people who went there. Like ambassador, I'm going to play a video here where the ambassador of Belgium went to actually do the register. This was very exciting to see. Also, the ambassadors are coming up from their own countries. We have France who came over, Holland, Switzerland, Denmark. They're all coming over. But this was a very special one. I will give a clip for everyone to have a look at it, which is about 3 minutes.
My name is Ambassador Professor Jacob Kaimenyi. I'm here in the Kenyan Embassy in Berlin for the purpose of registering myself so that I can vote on the 9th of August 2022. Is it important for me to come here together with my wife, actually? Yes, the answer is yes. Because I consider voting as a very important responsibility of every Kenyan. Not to vote is like to leave it to chance the leadership that we shall get on the 9th of August 2022. Secondly, I don't think any one of us should be a passive bystander. What is expected of us is to be active in this process. Does my vote count? The answer is yes. And I want to thank IEBC for going an extra mile to try and get as many people as possible vote. In the event that you have not seized this opportunity, I want to remind you, please, how critical it is. Because the deadline is tomorrow. So please register. Because remember, constitutionally, we are talking about 50+1. Your vote matters. And it might make a world of difference with the quality of leadership that we shall get. Oftentimes, fellow citizens, we tend to have all manner of excuses why we should not register, even to vote or vote. I want to appeal to everybody. Please do not look for excuses. Because if you look for excuses, you will find them. But if you find this as a constitutional duty, as the highest priority, you put all other things aside for the sake of registering yourself. And once you register, please vote. Because sometimes some of us register and turns out that those who respond in terms of going to vote, the number becomes very small. So please, if you register, commit yourself to vote on that day. And finally, my experience here, even though I've traveled for about 8 hours, all the way from Brussels, has been a wonderful experience. I've been received by my wonderful three sisters here, and a gentleman. I think there's a gender balance here, which is not bad. We have been received very well. The hospitality has been fantastic. The exercise has taken a very short time, contrary to what I thought. We are very efficient, very effective. Please keep it up. Na because of that, mimi najivunia kuwa Mkenya. Asanteni. God bless you.
Niajiwase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Tumaki too.
Wow, wow, wow. Did you hear that message? Very strong. 8 hours from Belgium. For some of you who don't know, that's the Kenyan ambassador to Belgium. His Excellency Professor Jacob Kaimenyi, EBSDH, whatever, all those titles. I envy. I love that guy. We have to follow up with him. He's really a true ambassador. And there are so many embassies out there and also not included, but I hear some of them are still on their way. We'll hear about it on Friday. We still have until tomorrow. So guys, welcome. I can see some of you are sending some messages there. Well done. Karibu sana. Dinner was awesome. Thank you, Tembo Restaurant, for your warm welcome. We will come again in August. That is from France. They came over on Saturday, and Agnes, you also met with them person. There's a lot of networking and really collaboration in the platform. Thank you so much. I can see here as well, John Kimani Berlin was amazing experience. Can't wait to be back soon. August, we are there on 19th. Dorothy is also there following from Paris. Salam kwa watu wote. God willing, we must remember that we have a date on the 9th August. Yes, this one we have to meet. Even if you're all coming to just cheer everybody else. Major journey to Berlin. It's still part of my hangover. I met lovely people, friendly and very welcoming. Thank you, Dorothy, for making that time to go to Paris and meet all these great people. And I'm sure on 9th, we're going to meet you as well. Everybody who is listening there, thank you, share. And we are also on YouTube as well. And I can see some of you are also still communicating. It's very, very important for us to vote. There's something else that I picked a clip here. And I think it's very important. We should also discuss about that too, so that people know what is the importance of voting and all that. And this was something off guard. It's coming out from South Africa, but it's a message. Let's listen to this gentleman, Mr.
If you go into developed countries, they take voting very serious. Here, we have to beg people with material to go and vote. If you don't cook, if you don't give them T-shirts, they will never go. I mean, what type of an attitude is that when you know that this is what is going to decide whether I'm going to have a clinic or not, whether I'm going to have a school or not? That affects your daily life, but you treat it as a by.
Exactly. Let's get to that particular topic. Why do you think people are not registered? Those people who can register and not, because in Germany we have like 15,000 Kenyans or even more, right? I know Kenya is a very special country, but let's talk about the ones in the UK. UK has a huge number, and as we saw the statistics, they are very, very low. And I'm going to share with you again here. And then you also have the US. They're in millions, right? I'm telling you, those people are so many, and still the numbers are very, very, very low. And it was shared with us recently, and I'm going to share with you on the screen right now to show. This was last week. I think this came out on Monday, right? And see there where Germany was put. So we have to do some education counting here. Even me, I didn't know where to start counting. So you have to count the total registration and the total transferred, yeah? Because there are some people who are being transferred. So you have the 74 plus 65. This is Germany here. And you see, we also have United Kingdom, which was a little bit covered there, but it was a very low number, right? And then you have the Canada, who are still to come out. US, you see the Americans, they're 98-23. I mean, these numbers was I'm talking of that must have been last week. Just it was released on a Monday, so we still have for this week to come in. Do you think us guys we're gonna make it? Guys, we need like so many of us. What is your thinking of the numbers that are coming? And also tell me, why do you think that you need to do something for somebody to go register? Well, it has to do with your country. And I'm not talking about just Europe, also in the country back at home. I'll start with Henry, of course. Today, gentleman first.
Okay, Joy, as a motivation, first let me address let me address the issue of low turnout. First, I would want to say that I trust Kenyans with last minute things. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I believe the number will double by tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. I'm very optimistic. And among the reasons why there's always a low voter turnout, or most of the time people experience that, is because a lack of information. Voter education is not that effective. Let me say it's not commonly done. For instance, here in Europe, majority of Kenyans, the people I interacted with, had no idea about IEBC and the voting over here, though it came on a short notice. So we look forward to doing it much better, at least partnering with IEBC going forward, also hosting them in some of our platforms so that Kenyans get to know how their calendar work. Yes. Then apart from that, the point of registration, if it was done across different cities, would be better. I think at least many people would have done that. Here, even me, my calendar is always packed for the whole year. So sometimes getting that time to go and register becomes a problem. So you have to create time out of your busy schedule to go do that. For those who are working, those who are doing student jobs and the rest, you can't get that space to go. So it means that most of them have not been able to go and register because of time. See, maybe going forward with a clear calendar or a clear program for the whole year or even the next 5 years would be better for us to ensure that we mobilize people, reach out to everyone, and also ensure that we have the registration points at least at every city. Better off. I believe that will help people reach the registration centers and ensure that they register as voters easily. Then also any kind of facilitation, like what you guys did was great for my team. At least a number of people were financed and were able to go register. Some of them were like, why don't we just have like an accommodation? We can pay fare for ourselves, but there's an accommodation somewhere for us. When we get there, we don't have to pay again for accommodation. At least we can just rest and come back tomorrow, something, a motivation. Like I told them, okay, you're a Kenyan, this is your democratic right to go and vote. Though if there's any form of facilitation or so, they will let you know, but not from the embassy, not from the government, not from the IEBC, okay? So we told them, I made them get to understand that there's no any kind of facilitation, yeah? So maybe going forward, let's do it better. Let's bring, let's devolve the registration centers closer to the people, then it will be much easier for them to go out and register as voters.
Yeah, I agree. I hear you. You're right in terms of timing. You're right about. But as we said, this is the first time we have just made history. And Germany was, as I mentioned, was not even in the picture. We were just put in, and so it's an opportunity. And I'm sure for them, even if they were registering a few people, they are very happy they made the step, because this step will make sure that they can learn. And you can see there's a lot of things to learn. There's a lot of assumption. So much assumption of what's happening in the Kenya is the same thing. We are Kenyans, but we are not thinking the way we were thinking when we left Kenya. We changed our mindset, and the diaspora are no nonsense people. They had to take action in terms of even going there and saying, no, we have to register with the ID and put them in the code and pass it through. These are not, they are very serious. When you give them the cake, give them the full cake and not just bits and bobs. So I think they learned a lot, most of them. So next time they come organized, and you're going to write a report anyway, all of us, in terms of what can be made better, because this only happened around here. So if you're in Germany, and you have not had the opportunity to do it, this is your time. And why we are here today is because it's actually the last day tomorrow, because I need to keep reminding people, it's tomorrow, the last day, 4th of January. We started 27th of January, and sorry, I have to correct here, 27th of February, because it's very important to be accurate, because information has been, it's very very, and you'll be wondering, what are we doing here? January is gone. So let's have it clearly that it's on 4th of February. And we're going to have this done in a way that it's going to make us have a difference in the future, because we really need to make sure that. So Agnes, what do you think about that? Do we really need to do extra for people to go register, or should it be coming automatically?
Hey, that's a difficult question, because of course, not everybody is able to. It's not cheap. I mean, traveling, sometimes it may cost even up to 500 euros for some people. And for some, this is just a big and a huge sum, because you have to go there. Maybe you can't go back the same day. You have to look for a place to sleep. Maybe you don't know anyone in Berlin who can house you or give you the place in the night. So I think for some, if someone is really not able, then, and someone else is willing to help, yes. But I think, well, I don't want to step on people's toes, but I think we have to stop always to depend when we are exercising our rights. The dependency is sometimes on too much higher level on us sometimes, because I'm thinking of the people also in Kenya. Some of them have much less than we have, and they will go and vote. They will go and register. They will go even stay in the sunshine for the whole day, because it's important for them as a person, as an individual, not because they got some money handed out. If there's a possibility of helping, like now the organization here helped, then well and good. But I think we should not expect always to be helped so we can do our exercise our right, actually. That's why I think we need to have this expectational way of, if I have to give my vote, then you have to give me something. It's the same thing we are criticizing about people at home thinking I have to get a t-shirt, a pen, or a cap, or 100 shillings or 1,000 so that I can vote for someone who is not standing for my rights, actually, who is not even going to do me good as a Kenyan citizen. So I think the teaching, the education, not about how we are supposed to register, but why we need to register. What does that mean for me? That education is missing, I think, even for some of us, even if we are living abroad. But political education, yeah, we need that awareness is a bit lacking. Yes. Sorry if I stepped on someone's toes, but I think we need to realize that. Yeah.
No, you're very right. Go ahead.
Joy, add on something. I agree with Agnes. This is a democratic right, and you don't need any kind of facilitation. It should come from inside. So the only thing that we can do better, maybe try to bring registration to different cities for ease of accessibility. That's all, but not any kind of facilitation in terms of finances and the rest. No.
Exactly. Yeah, because that is being offered in Kenya. I mean, they really go to the people and they make it possible for the people to go there. So if that in the future can be done better, I would be very happy. I think even many more people would come and vote and register to vote. But this time also, the time was so short. I don't know how they could have done that within a short time. So that's why we accept the baby steps. But I think if they come with the same excuse again next time, then we would say, guys, you had 5 years to prepare. You had 5 years to plan all that. So I don't think we'll have the same excuses next time. But this time we accept.
We actually raised the points during the meeting, and they took the note. A commissioner himself took the notes, and he's promised to do better come next election, and we are looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then actually it was mentioned last meeting that they're suggesting different way of registration to start early in summer. Can you imagine in summer if it was summer? It would have been a total different story. Even if people don't want to register, they don't want, but it would have been a total different story if it was in summer, because people can travel. So there's a lot of planning behind it. He mentioned last meeting that they are thinking of how to do it earlier. So in like every year they go to a different country during the summer and they do the registration in another year, because the diaspora is so huge. You cannot give us 15 days and expect everybody to go to one place. So there is a lot of discussion within themselves. And if they start early, so you mean like after voting, you start registering for next time.
Even better.
And it's gonna be much more fun with a lot of entertainment. I mean, a lot of different atmosphere as well, and during summer. So I think there is a lot of things they have to sit back and consider. But guys, we're talking about one day tomorrow we have for now. So what is the message for people there as we go slowly to wind up? Well, 1 hour goes very fast. You only have 15 minutes, and I can see people are already informed a lot. They don't want to be informed too much. If you have any question, I don't see any question, a lot of comments. If you have questions, you can ask. But right now, we just want to motivate you to go and register. What is the biggest? I know some people who have decided, okay, fine, they cannot vote because of registration. There's this issue, and all of you in Germany, about the dual citizenship, which has been a big hindrance for most of us. So what do you think about, because that one has to go through, even if they come next time and we don't have that cleared, this issue will always be the same. Should we be pushing for for dual citizenship in Germany? I know it's there, but it's not done correctly. But how much has it affected the situation, especially for the Germans, Kenyans living here? I go to Agnes on that.
Oh my goodness. Actually, this is what I've been waiting for, because if they do duo, then I may consider carrying that German red paper with me, but I don't plan on giving up my Kenyan whatever. So yeah, but for those people who, sometimes people took the red paper, the German citizenship out of need, to make things easier. It makes traveling easier to some other countries if you're doing business and all that. So I think it's good that they have it if they're okay with it. For me, I would not exchange it for any other paper in the world. Maybe for heaven, if there is a passport for heaven. But but the dual citizenship would do it. It would do it for so many. Look, like a country like Nigeria. The country Nigeria said you cannot lose your citizenship. So what was the option? Then any other country that allows a Nigerian to become their citizen have to take a Nigerian as a Nigerian. So Nigerians can keep their dual citizenship. If it's possible for Nigeria, why is it not possible for us? What makes Germany not accept that? So I think it's the job of our politicians to just poke on that and try to find out. I think they have 5 years. They can do it. They can do it. I think we should push for it. It would make life easier for all of us.
Exactly. And I like that, the way you said we have to push it very far, because it's in the table right now, but we need actions. We don't want to be told something is coming.
Yes.
It came too late now. We are in this situation, and I have to say, everybody is different. For me, I know I took it because I was tired of going. We were traveling all the time with the family. If I want to go to Turkey, I have to go, I don't know, to another embassy, which was very far away, and I have to go on my own to get a visa. And it was really annoying. And I actually took it after a very long time, 8 years or 10 years. And I said, I'm tired of this. And I want to go to UK. Forget about it. UK, you can't go. You need to go to Berlin. Is it Munich or Berlin? I can't remember it. Munich to go and apply. And it's not a guarantee you get it as well. It was scary. So for me, traveling was very important. That's why I changed it as well. But it was so painful to give away. And during my time, Kenyan passports were not being taken away. Some of them did. But when I went for it, that's the time the Kenyan passport was taken. It has been a situation that sometimes they were taking, and then they started taking the passport and left the ID, and now they take the passport and the ID. Instead of giving us the whole thing, it just went worse and worse and worse. So now is in this situation. I don't know about you, Henry. How do you see this situation without dual citizenship? And don't forget our surrounding countries have it, just here in Germany.
Yeah.
Definitely, being a dual citizen gives you an advantage on either sides of the globe. Let me use the word globe. It's important for you to, having the dual makes you at least enjoy the benefits of both sides. And the fact that the moment you become you get a German citizenship, you have to disown the other one. Restricts you even when you travel back to Kenya like a tourist. You're treated like a tourist, no longer Kenyan. Yet your family, relatives, everyone is in Kenya.
Yeah.
Like that's your home. You can't run away from that. It's in your blood. So I think the government should do better. We should push for this one. We are the people who are here, and we have the responsibility to ensure that at least we talk about it, we push on it, and see the action done. Yeah, or action taken towards that.
Exactly. As I said, so many people have different reasons for different things, and having a German passport organized. I mean, all these I say them papers, because I always say I'm German with paper. I mean, I can never be, And when you go to Kenya, you have to pay visas and all that. It's okay, but your birthright, your continent, you will always be a Kenyan. There's no way you can be the other side. Nobody can take it away from you. It's just paperwork. But this paperwork stops you to do so many things, so many things, and especially in your own country. So this is something that we need to work on, and we're looking forward to a positive feedback, hopefully. And that's why you see me working on this project, because it should open those doors. Let them come and see that many people can afford. Even if we want to, even if you really want, you cannot do it because of the situation. They have to make it better. Then everybody can be able to do. If Germany is the biggest in Europe at the moment, apart from UK, of course, there has to be a change somewhere. So that's something that we're looking forward to. Anyway, these are really, really interesting discussions. Thank you, everybody who is coming in and listening to us. Share as much as possible. What you're here for is because tomorrow is the last day, the last day that is option. And I know Agnes is going to tell us, what are you going to do again in Berlin? I think, Agnes, are you moving to Berlin? Forever. What did they give you at the IEBC?
Actually, they were so friendly that I'm not even scared of going back there again, despite the many hours. No, but tomorrow we are going with the Radio RFM, which is based in Stuttgart, Germany. We are going to have an audience with the ambassador himself, and then the IEBC team. We're going to have a talk with them. This is what my boss is saying. Greetings to you guys. Tomorrow, Radio RFM will be in Berlin from 11 a.m., bringing you one-on-one with the ambassador, with the embassy. You will see the buildings. We'll do whatever we can to make Berlin come near to your home somehow. We get to talk with the embassy, and I have collected some questions that we are going to ask. And so if guys have questions that need to be addressed, just write them and let us ask them for you on your behalf tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that.
Great. So you should be traveling now. You have packed everything to go as well. It should be very early in the morning tomorrow.
Very early, because we have a fixed appointment time. So we have to be there in time. We want to be European, keep the time, not the Kenyan one.
Wow, exactly. So
sorry, I will also be going back because I missed my mandazi and tea.
I don't think they are there, but you never know. They must have.
There are no mandazis. There are no mandazis anymore. Are there any mandazis?
I don't know, unless they'll be very generous and put some more mandazis. The donation of was only on last weekend that they did it. But who knows? There might be special offers from another sponsor. Who never know. And then I think that's because the embassy is very far from everything, as I saw on the video of the one you made, Agnes. They've moved to a very nice villa and a big garden outside, and that is very isolated. So if you're going to Berlin, grab yourself something somewhere. You get hungry somewhere, because I don't think I saw any shops around. just for you, but I'm sure they'll take care of you in one way or another at the embassy. But we are so glad that every one of you who is listening to us, today is the last day. We have really done a big job I want to thank so many of the core team, because some of you might be thinking that we are just one or two people doing this. There's a big team behind putting all these together, and I really want to appreciate each one of them, because it's so important working as a team. I always say together we are much stronger as together, and supporting everyone does their own best part. In the beginning, you saw we started slowly with a little bit of flyers here and there. Before you know it, we got somebody who's tap send that I mentioned earlier. Some of you who don't know tap send, we are not being funded here by any IBC or embassy or whatever. These are our good partners that work with us here, diaspora, supporting us to transfer money around Europe. And I will recommend all of you to do that as well, because you get actually a discount if you use our code that they gave us, which I'm going to give you there, the KDUOE. That's the one you need to use, and you get a 10 euro extra to send money. So, and this is something that most of these money transfer company come in and support us. And this is one of them that has been supporting us. And they said, you know what, we'll help you also along with this journey as the people market. And they're going to be taking us all through until on 9th of August. So we're very happy for that. And actually, they're the ones who supported you on the mandazis that you are seeing there. It's the same thing. This is the way of working. One organization helps the other one, and we have to do the best what we can in our place. And they're always looking forward to work with other organizations. We also had Ben from, of course, the organization for Kenyan branded bag. They have a very long German one. They have an organization of Kenyans who are doing a great work on the ground. We have pastors on the ground that they have been meeting, supporting the embassy. Ben was supposed to join here. He seems not to be feeling well at the moment. I think he's been running the whole day and all the time, supporting throughout the budget. He's such a person who we really appreciate the energy and time, going to pick handicapped people from very far, bringing them to register. We want to appreciate you, Ben, from our side for the whole work that you have been doing, coordinating. I remember when the snow was, registration was being done outside, you had to go in and fight, and we were fighting from the outside at our IBC to go inside the building. There was a lot of things that's happening on the back. Most of you know. We know Carol K. Thank you, Carol K, as well for publicizing on your show. Every day you're there talking about the IBC, sharing. Was one of our core team. Agnes, of course, our media woman. She's already going again twice. We appreciate you. You're really the one in between all this. The change starts from us as well. I want to support also Stefan. Stefan is the media also as well from the afronews.de, and he has been very supportive, putting up in his blog about what we are doing, following up, and if there is an issue, he airs it up and we get cleaned up, and also working behind with the designs that you have seen, designs that were being shared on all our flyers were all coming from the partnership between him. We have Tante Africa. She's in Kenya. She's registered there, but she's coming to vote with us. Thank you, Tante Africa from Munich. We had everybody's very strategic. We have Tom Opar, who is also a part of mobilizing team from Cologne. And he's been doing great work, entertainment, big entertainer around there. Most of you know him. And we cannot forget Rafiki Amines as well. He's an entertainer at Akangi Siasa Mingi, but he has been supporting us very much in the background. And he was here with us as we were continuing together and all that. We also have Well Done as well from France. He's been very cooperative in the Europe area. And as I mentioned, Stefan is in Italy as well, mobilizing as well in Italy. We had a lot of people. We also had Bashir, who was also part of Switzerland, mobilizing there as well. There's a big team that is going to be growing more and more and more, and we see how we can work together, build it as a network. We're going to be a center area where you can come in and get information. Our work is to come at one spot and get information. How are we going to do it? Either we're going to do it through a link We encourage, if you're an organization out there, we have already some of you, your emails who came to our event in the group. We're able to communicate with them, anything that is coming up. And we're going to share the link, most of you, to get this letter. Actually, it's really like a newsletter information to share with you what is coming up. How it's going to structure in the future, we're going to see as we are moving on. And we encourage each country out there, if you were not included, Belgium, you are also with you together. Holland, we are also with you as well. All the way to Greece, you're going to find you Kenyans, wherever you are. But today we only tomorrow, and then I'm so happy. And before we close, do you think IEBC needed our Kenyans to come together? Agnes?
I think they did, because without this exercise, I would not have known people from TIC or whatever you're calling it, the Young People Organization, Henry Oseva. I would not have known him. People like Weldon, I would not have known him. I mean, there are so many. I met in Berlin. It's exciting. So I'm thankful for that, because through this exercise, we got to meet and to know what Kenyans are doing all over Europe, actually. There's a lot going on. And if we bundle that energy together, my goodness, I don't know what will happen. Yeah, only bigger things can happen. It can only be better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Henry, as well, I wouldn't have known you. What do you think? IABC, has it made us come closer to Kenyans? It's not only here. I'm seeing also in UK, people who are like fighting each other. They're all together at one point. What do you think?
Definitely, through the meeting, at the IBC meeting, we have been able to meet a number of people from different diaspora organizations, including you, Joy, Agnes here, and many more people that I got to connect with. So I believe that they did a great job. And then, Joy, you forgot to recognize the efforts made by the people I speak for,
Yes, your youth, of course. How would I have forgotten the youth?
Oh, we're
Yes,
coming to
Taik.
that.
Taik, you are pulling you in the core teams very soon as well. We need you in there. Your energies are needed. So we're going to be growing it together.
Of course, no problem about that. Thank you.
Yeah. So there is. Were you finished before I cut?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Yes. So it's all about working together. That's what we want to say. Even if it's 5 or 3 people or 2 people who think the same and move each other forward, that's the spirit of Mobi. Because I have to say, Kenyan community, we have not a team that work very well. We've seen communities that really grow together, but it's not that we cannot. It's because we have to accept that sometimes we have to be we have to let others lead as well. There's a leadership issue. Everyone wants to lead, fine. You can do today, tomorrow is you, the next one is the other one. This kind of process will easy up. We have to find a way how we're going to work together. That's the whole idea. And we are going to move this together, and together we are much stronger. So I want to thank you, Agnes, so much for your time. You need to sleep, you need to go to early morning, fly to Berlin. Safe journey. Photos, share with us all those. Henry, did you say you're also going to Berlin? No, I don't think so. You're working.
Come on, Henry.
Although you are in Berlin right now.
I'm in Cologne. I'm back in Cologne.
You went back. Okay, fine. Yeah. I think you're still working in Berlin. But there's a lot of people. I know some of people are coming all the way. We have Victoria and Katha from Denmark. She's also there as well. And this is the time. And on 9th, don't forget, guys, and it's something else that is very important before we finish. It's about the registration. The registration, you have to do it in the Berlin, of course, but there is also another step that is verification. Verification will only be done digitally, so there will be communication to everyone. You don't need to go to Berlin. Because some people thought they needed to go there again. So the only time you have to go in person is only during the registration and voting. The verification is only if something is wrong, can be verified, but you don't need to go to Berlin, because that one was scaring a lot of people and thinking they have to go 3 times. And to be around March there'll be a lot of digital information how to do that. So register, guys. Don't be scared. And then we'll all meet. All of us will be meeting, whether you are there or not, and you're part of this mobilization. You will be coming on 9th of August. Don't say we didn't say too early. It's very early. Start booking your flight ticket. And all over. If you're from Greece, let's go storm Berlin, and I'm sure the team in Berlin will be excited. They're preparing great programs as well for you guys. So there'll be a lot of things going on. Don't forget 9th is a Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 9th is a Tuesday. So you can take 3 or a few days extra if you are working, and to make sure that you include the 9th and then time to go back home as well. But the weekend before, I'm sure there's so much going on that. You're all welcome to come on the 9th. But you'll be hearing with us because we'll be coming back again here with now that you have registered. Who are you going to vote? Do you know who are you going to vote? Probably not. So we're going to be bringing them here for you. The candidates, if we are happy, we will be able to get them. The candidates will be coming here, and we'll be airing them with you and sharing with you who they are and what do they have for us, diaspora, so that you know who you're going to be voting for as well. Thank you so much, and I wish you a lovely evening. Thank you, everyone who is listening. I can see we shall prepare something good for you guys. Yes, Mwangi, we are waiting for you in Berlin. They're all excited. Will be so many of us there excited and really pushing the country forward. And we can only make a difference if we make the first step. This is the first step, and we're going to make more steps. Any last word, Agnes, before we close?
Well, I'm just telling the people to move tomorrow. Only one day they should go. Those who are near there, those who can go, please go and register. It would be very, very nice. You're doing it for yourself, for your investment, for your country. It's not for anybody else. It's for you, and it's your right. Use it now.
Exactly. Last word from you, Henry?
Just want to encourage people to go, take the chance, register, prepare to vote. That's your voice. Change your economy through your vote. That's all.
Thank you. And I can see there, remind people IDs are accepted. Yes, we cannot emphasize more IDs are accepted. Those people who legally have them, your Switzerland, Holland, and all that, and even it's Germany, and your passport is not yet there yet. This is the time to do it, and we encourage all of you to do that. So thank you so much, and I wish you a lovely evening. See you next time again here, talking about with those people. Prepare your questions for those politicians. They're gonna be here, and we already started writing emails to invite them, so they will be coming as soon as they announce. Right? It's around May. After May, that's the time I think we'll know about that. We'll be starting to invite them here to come and tell us why should we vote them. So thank you so much, and I wish you a lovely evening. I'll finish the video today with the tap set. Thank you, Sunai, and good night.
Good night.
Niajiwase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. Tumakitu.